So what we want to do now is want to play exactly what Chris Mad Dog Russo had to say on the Dan Le Batard show. On the Dan Patrick show. And then want to come back and react to his comments. Take a listen to that there.
We've spent a little while in the first hour talking about Bronny James, and he's the only interesting part of the draft. And the fact that Rich Paul said, hey, if I thought it meant that LeBron was going to stay with the Lakers, I would force the Lakers to draft Bronny at 17, which I found a strange comment that who is running the Lakers that Rich Paul is going to say, you draft Bronny, and then LeBron's going to stay here. And then I started to wonder, could Bronny be drafted by Dallas? And then LeBron maybe reunite with Kyrie? Like, if he's a free agent, could you see maybe a scenario where, and the GM of the Mavs, according to Rich Paul, is like an uncle to Bronny James. So that team just played for a title. The Lakers aren't going to be playing for a title probably in the rest of LeBron's career. And what's this come down to? Play with your son and maybe win another title.
Listen, I don't think Bronny James is that good. I mean,
He's not. But if you get Dad,
he scored 4 points a game at USC. I mean, geez. I mean, he'd be on the bench. He wouldn't even play at UConn. So he needs another year of college basketball. That's the first thing. And then if you bring him in and you use a first-round pick on him, you're going to hurt your team that way. And then you got to deal with, you're going to play him. You sit him on the bench, and then you bring LeBron in, and then who's running the team? I think it's a mess.
But you're going to have that with the Lakers, Chris. You're going to use a second-round pick on him.
They're going to use a second-round pick.
Yes.
They're going to use a second-round pick. And let's be honest, Danny, on the Lakers. The Lakers haven't exactly distinguished themselves here in the last couple of weeks. They were very curt with the West thing. That's because Jeannie Buss doesn't like the idea that Jerry left the team because the owner, Jerry Buss, wouldn't pay him. He wanted to be paid more than the top 10 GMs, and that wouldn't occur. So then 2 years ago, she does a podcast, and Jerry West is not in the top 5 in the history of the Lakers. Yeah. What, are you kidding me? He brought basketball to L.A., and then they handled Hurley, and then they only offered him 6 years, $70 million. What? You want Danny Hurley that badly, and you're going to make him the 6th highest paid coach in the league? That's not going to get his attention. That was puzzling. Now you want to bring JJ in, and JJ's doing podcasts with LeBron? That's odd. I mean, the Lakers have not exactly had a stellar stretch here. But you're right. You think they're going to draft him with the second round, and then he stays, and then all of a sudden you're going to put the coach in an impossible spot because LeBron's going to want the kid on the floor at times. You got to placate LeBron. Kid's not ready to play in the NBA. That whole thing's a mess, Danny.
But you're going to put him probably on a G League team, and then you're going to yo-yo him. You're going to bring him up, nationally televised game. LeBron gets it just feels like he's going to be like a guest who comes over for dinner and then leaves. And maybe that's how you placate LeBron, and he's able to be around his son, and maybe there's development. I'm with you. He should be staying in college one more year, but Dad, the clock is ticking on his dad's career.
Yeah, it's a very dicey situation. I think that if I was running a team and I knew Bronny wasn't going to be a great NBA player, which he's not going to be, I wouldn't want to have to deal with this where I got to worry about the father being one of the all-timers and, great player. We need him. And I got Bronny. Do I annoy the father by, how about if the father says, I want Bronny on the team right now. I want him playing 15 minutes a night. What are you supposed to do? It's LeBron. Yeah. It's a very, it's not healthy for your franchise. I think it's very messy. And I think you're right. I think the Lakers are probably going to be the team that has to deal with it because, they want to play. It's the Lakers. LeBron's on the team as it is. He runs the ball club. And then you're bringing a coach in, and JJ is going to be a good coach, but he's got no experience dealing with this nonsense. Plus, him and LeBron are tight. So you got to deal with that. If you didn't get Hurley, I mean, it's very messy. And the Lakers are an older team.
So you heard what he had to say. Now, before producing this show, we actually ran some polls on our channel that I want to share with you. We ran them now as we're producing the show. We did it an hour ago. The first poll we put up was this. I asked the audience the following question. What do you believe the Lakers' main priority is right now? I gave them 2 options, winning championships or making money and making headlines. Out of the 1,003 voters in the last hour, we have 99% 3% saying making money and making headlines. We have 7% saying winning championships. The next one we put up. Do you think the Lakers brand is eroding away? Out of the 1,200 voters, because the previous poll was 1,300, 7% said no, they're stronger than ever. And then 93% said the Lakers are becoming a joke. And the final poll we put up is, has LeBron helped or hurt the Lakers brand? Of the 3,200 voters in about an hour or so, 17% said helped, 83% said, hurt the brand. And one gentleman who just, then again, you can't even be surprised. One person said, like, how can he have hurt the brand? LeBron has been helping him. He helps himself. He's been the reason they've been filling out arenas. And I'm like, no, you noob. The Lakers always sell out their arenas. The Lakers are like the Knicks. The Knicks are not good, but they always sell out the arena. That's the Lakers for you. Like, they don't need LeBron to sell tickets in the arena. They're the Lakers. Like the Lakers, when you go on the road, if they're a half decent team, they're going to have Laker fans littered all over the opposing team's arena. Right, so I thought that was kind of funny. Look, to me, I think Chris Mad Dog Russo is correct. Number two, I think the Lakers are quickly turning themselves into the biggest laughing stock in the entire NBA, and I don't even think it's a question. And you even heard some of the things that they said. Bring Bronny up for a week, go send him back for a week, bring him back up for a week, send him back. Like what are we doing, right? What are the Lakers all about?